All right, well, welcome everyone. Thank you all for taking time to join us virtually today. Your presence is greatly appreciated. We have an exciting agenda today, and we're looking forward to hearing about this year's projects. But let's first just take care of our first action item on the agenda, which is to approve the minutes from the very memorable and snowy day on January 17th. I'm not sure what the best way to go about approving these without everybody unmuting and talking over each other. So maybe we'll just take a motion and a second, and then you can all stay muted when we call for the vote. And then if there's any opposed, please feel free to unmute and we can log those responses. So we're just looking for a motion to approve the minutes from the January 17th meeting. Would anybody like to be brave and make that motion?
I'll approve those.
Thanks, Mindy. That's Mindy with Layton City. Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Thanks. That's from, was that Mike?
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay, and where are you from, Mike?
Syracuse City.
Thank you very much. We appreciate that. So we have a motion and a second for approval of those minutes. All in favor, say aye.
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 Any opposed? Okay, seeing none, the motion is approved. Sorry, minutes are approved. Thank you all for that. So moving on to our next item, we have an exciting presentation from Ben on the projects this year, project previews. So go ahead, Ben, whenever you're ready.
Wonderful. Thank you. Thanks everyone for being here. I'd like to start with sharing the screen here. There will be a table that we have. Hopefully, are you seeing the table? That's
Yep, we can see your table.
good, good, good. Thank you. So this is a table of all the projects. This is sorted alphabetically, actually, at least by funding program. So the very first one here you see on the top of the form is the CMAQ. That's Congestion Mitigation Air Quality Program. You can see the projects that were submitted. You can see here in the green the totals as far as estimated project cost, the federal funds being requested, and then the local matches. The next program there would be the CRP, or Carbon Reduction Program. And again, you can scroll through there. The top of the second page is where you have the totals there for the estimated project cost, federal funds requested, and the local match. Then we have our SDP, and that goes on for the next couple of pages. And then at the very end of that, you can see we've got the TAC. One thing I failed to mention is on the TAP, it's on the right-hand side, but on the SDP, as well as the CRP and the CMAQ, the number of projects requested is down there by the total. This table is available to everybody, and normally we have the table arranged and we would go through the projects in that order, but just to help you stay awake, we're going to have you start on page 2. We're going to start with the SDP program. And so if everyone's got those tables, is that available in the chat, Rosie?
Yes, they've been dropped in the chat.
Perfect. Okay, so now all of you should see the process for the new projects and the draft kit. You've seen this graphic before. Back in September, we had the request for letters of intent. They were due in the first part of October. Then we made a request for the project evaluation concept reports. Those were due by the early part of December. And then from that point up through today, and including up through the end of the month of March, we'll be going through the project review and evaluation. In March, we'll be back to this committee with our staff recommendation and for a discussion with the TAC and a recommendation from you that'll go to TransCom, and then TransCom will meet in April. TransCom then makes recommendations to the council for their May meeting. The council then will approve the draft projects to enter into the draft program, and we begin the development of the draft 2025-2030 Transportation Improvement Program. We go to TransCom in June for a request to go out for public review and comment during the month of July. We go through that public review and comment, come back to this committee in August with any comments or information that was received during that public review and comment. Then the TAC makes the recommendations up through TransCom, and the council approves it in August, and we start the process all over again while we overlap. So today, on our field reviews, we actually had the Ogden-Layton urban area field reviews this past week on Thursday and Friday for a wonderful treat. It was nice weather. And we appreciate all the project sponsors that met us out on site and for the time they took to share with us the information, additional information on the project. And a special thank you to those that were on the review team for taking that time over those 2 days and participating with us. On the projects in the Ogden-Layton urban area, we had 51 total projects, estimating $446+ million in total project cost. Now, how that works out is there were 31 STP projects, there was 6 CMAQ projects, 8 TAP projects, and 6 CRP projects. You can see the amount was requested. This is the requested amount, not the total project amount under STP. So there was more than $110 million in project requests for STP projects, and we have an available amount. Now, these amounts are estimates, will come in March with a more refined amount, but we have an estimated $8.2 million available in STP funds to program, $4.3 million in the CMAQ to program, $1.1 million in TAP, and $1.8 million in CRP. So you can see there's a significant amount of need for a relatively, I know this is a lot of money, so I don't want to sound like small amount of money, but in relation to the needs, it's not a lot of money. So hence the significance or the importance to the Technical Advisory Committee to make recommendations that will help us best use the limited funds. For those who may not be familiar, STP funds provide funding for highway and bridges, transit capital improvements, and active transportation projects on federal aid eligible facilities. CMAQ funds provide funding for transportation projects that improve air quality. TAP funds provide funding for planning and construction of bicycle and pedestrian facilities. And the CRP program provides funding for transportation projects that reduce on-road carbon dioxide emissions. So we want you to be familiar with these projects. And so we're going to go through each of these programs, and we'll go in a fairly quick. We won't go into a lot of detail for each of the projects, but this information, there'll be a PDF of the PowerPoint with the notes for the project. There's more information on the project that's provided by the project sponsor in that concept report. There's a very last paragraph that says the need for this project, or essentially sell this project. And so that information is provided in the notes. So we'll start on the STP, then we'll go to the CMAQ programs, then the TAP program, and the CRP. And we'll follow the projects in order that they are on that table that you have available to you. Any questions before we proceed? Awesome. Okay, here we go. Then, so we're going to talk about the STP program. There was 31 projects submitted, 110 million plus in requests for an available estimated amount of $8.2 million. The first project that we will look at is in Brigham City. This project is on 12th West. This is a roadway widening and new construction project between Forest Street and 535 South. It's about 3/4 of a mile in length. It's to take where the road currently exists is the narrow 2-lane road. It'll widen that road, but it'll make a roadway with curb gutter and sidewalk. An estimated project cost of $6.2+ million. The funds being requested for this project are $5.8+ million. The next project is also in Brigham City. This is a segment to the north. This is on 12th West between Forest Street to Industrial Way. It's a little more than 1/3 of a mile in length. This will take a 2-lane asphalt road and reconstruct to a 5-lane facility with curb gutter and sidewalk. This project is estimated to cost a little more than $3 million, and the fund request is $2.8+ million. The next project is also in Brigham City. This is a project on 12th West. This is moving a little further north. This will widen and narrow 2-lane facility between SR 13 and 600 North, almost 0.8 of a mile in length. Estimated project cost is $4.3+ million. Funds being requested are a little more than $4 million. Next project is Perry City. This is a project in Perry on 12th West. This is on the other side of 1100 South. This is a widening the existing facility between 1650 South to 2250 South, just slightly over a 1/2 mile in length. This will also take a narrow 2-lane facility and construct a 5-lane roadway. Project estimated cost is a little more than $4 million, and the funds being requested is $3.7+ million. The next project is a project in Centerville. This is a project on 1250 West. This is to reconstruct this facility between 200 North and 100 South, 0.2 of a mile in length. Project cost is estimated at $1.2+ million. Funds being requested is $862,000+. Next project is in Clinton. This is an intersection project, but this particular segment is a leg widening of an intersection there, 1300 North and 1500 West. It'll reconstruct the facility, and it'll pipe a ditch and construct curb gutter and sidewalk between 1285 West to 1750 North, a little more than a 1/2 mile in length. Project estimated cost is $4.5 million. They're requesting $1 million. Next project is also in Clinton. This is a project on 2300 North. This is a reconstruction with minor widening with realignment of this facility between Cranefield Road to 4500 West, 0.9 of a mile in length. Project estimated cost is $4.3 million. Funds being requested is, $4.3 million is the project cost. Funds being requested are $3 million. Next project is a request from UTA. This is for the Davis Salt Lake Connector construction. This will have intersection improvements and operation improvements through Davis County from Salt Lake City up through Farmington City. It's a bus rapid transit system improvement. Total project cost is $75 million. They're requesting $5 million of S&P funds. Next project is in Farmington City. This is on SR 106 or Main Street. This is for reconstructing and minor widening to construct curb gutter and sidewalk along this facility between Park Lane and Shepherd Lane, little more than a 1/2 mile in length. Project estimated cost is $1.9 million. They're requesting an additional $1.5 million. This project actually costs $11 million, and we've been working at it. There's a shortfall of $1.9 million. They're requesting the $1.5 million. Next project is also in Farmington City on SR 106 or 200 East. This is to reconstruct a minor widening on the east side of the road between Glover's Lane to Lund Lane, a little more than 0.8 of a mile. Project estimated cost is $3.9+ million. The funds being requested are $3.7 million. Next project is in Layton. It's on Layton Parkway. This is to install 3 signals in 3 various locations or intersections. between 1700 west and 2700 west, one length in distance between these signals, between the outer signals. The project estimated cost is $1.6 million. Funds being requested is 1.4+ million. Next project is also in Layton. This on West Hillfield Road. This is a widening project between 2700 west and 3200 west. It's a mile in length. This will construct curb gutter and sidewalk with a uniform cross section, making a 5-lane facility. Project estimated cost is $5 million plus. Funds being requested is 1.7+ million. The next project is a project in North Salt Lake. This is on Main Street. This is to reconstruct with minor widening and improvements to missing curb gutter and sidewalk between 350 North to Pacific Avenue. This project estimated cost is 1.6+ million. Funds being requested is 1.3+ million. The next project is in West Point. This is on 300 North. This is to reconstruct with minor widening between 4000 west to 4500 west, about a ½ mile in length, taking a 2-lane facility, making a uniform 3-lane cross section with curb gutter and sidewalk. Estimated project cost is 4.2+ million. The funds being requested are a little more than 3 million. Next project is also in West Point. This is on 700 South. This is also to reconstruct with minor widening, narrow 2-lane facility between 4000 west and 4500 west, about a ½ mile in length, to create a 3-lane cross section with curb gutter and sidewalk and a ditch to cover it on an open ditch. This project estimated cost is 4.2+ million. Funds being requested are a little more than $3 million. Next project is in Bountiful. This is a park and overpass, or the old Bamberger Bridge. This is to reconstruct and realign this intersection. This will demolish the bridge, elevate 89 between 200 west and 500 west, making an at-grade intersection. This project estimated cost is a little more than $8 million, and the funds being requested is 3.5+ million. The next project is in Far West. This is a project on 1200 West Harrisville Road. This is to construct a roundabout project at 12th West and Harrisville Road. Estimated project cost is 1.6+ million, and the funds being requested are 1.5+ million. Next project is in Far West City. This is on 3300 North. This is a road winding project. This is phase 2. Phase 1 was reviewed and recommended by this body last year. This project will go between 3300 North, 2575 West to 2000 West, or SR 126. Little more than a ½ mile in length. It'll reconstruct or widen an existing structure over the Willard Canal. Project estimated cost is 8.5+ million. Funds being requested is 3.9+ million. The next project is in Harrisville. This is on 750 West, widening project. This will reconstruct with minor widening between West Harrisville Road to US 89, a little more than a ½ mile in length. It'll take a narrow 2-lane facility to a 2-lane full city standard collector road, which includes turn lanes at the intersection, curb gutter and sidewalk. Project estimated cost is 6.6+ million. Funds being requested is 6.2+ million. Next project is phase 2 of this project in Harrisville on 750 West to reconstruct with minor widening between 2550 North and US 89, a little more than a ½ mile in length. Again, to take a narrow 2-lane facility to make it a standard city collector road with a center turn lane at intersections, curb gutter and sidewalk. Estimated project cost is $3 million, and the funds being requested are 2.8+ million. Next project is in Hooper. This is on 5500 West. This is to reconstruct with minor widening on this facility between 4200 South and 5500 South, at 1.5 miles. This will include in the construction of curb gutter and sidewalk. Project estimated cost is 9.7 plus million. Funds being requested are 4.7 plus million. Next project is a request from UDOT. This is on SR 126 or 1900 West at 250 North. This is to construct left turn lanes from 1900 West and 250 North. From 1900 West going west on 250 North. About a third of a mile in total distance of improvements. Estimated project cost is 4 million. Funds being requested is 3.5 million. Next project is a project in North Ogden. It's on 2100 North. This intersection improvements at Fruitland Drive and 2100 North. This project will improve the dangerous intersection. Estimated project cost is 3.8 plus million. The funds being requested are 3.5 plus million. The next project is also in North Ogden on 1700 North roadway. This is to reconstruct with minor widening between Fruitland Drive to Washington Boulevard, 1+ miles in length. This project estimated at $11+ million, and the funds being requested are 10.4+ million. This will also include the construction of curb gutter and sidewalk. The next project is a request from Ogden City. This is on 2nd Street. This is reconstruction of phase 2 with minor widening for a uniform cross section between Wall Avenue to Washington Boulevard, just under a half mile in length. Project estimated cost is 6.5 plus million. Funds being requested is 6.1 plus million. Next project is a request from UTA. This is at their Ogden facility. This is to expand this existing facility. It's outlived its life. This facility is located on 135 West and 17th Street. The expansion of this facility will enable UTA to be expanded up through the 2050 projections on the transit improvements throughout the Weaver Davis County area. Project estimated cost is 30+ million. Funds being requested is 4.2+ million. Next project is in Roy. This is a roundabout on the 31 West and 6000 South. This particular project takes an existing at-grade intersection and constructs a roundabout. Estimated project cost is 1.7 plus. Funds being requested is 900,000 plus. This project is actually a $1.9 million project. We've got some funding on it, and the request is for a project shortfall. Next project is an intersection in Roy, also on 6000 South. This one at 4300 West. This is to construct a roundabout at this intersection. Project estimated cost is 1.9 plus million. The funds being requested are 1.8 plus million. Next project is the South Ogden on 40th Street, Chimes View reconstruction project between Riverdale Road and Washington Boulevard. This project will reconstruct with minor widening and shoulder improvements on the 40th Street side. You might recall the board modification where we cut this project in half. The segment that they are requesting for, or phase 2, is estimated at 5.4 plus million. Funds being requested are 5.1 plus million. Next project is a request from Weber County on 2550 South. This is phase 2. This will reconstruct with minor widening on this facility between 4700 West and 4300 West. Little more than a half mile in length. This will widen for a center turn lane as well as curb gutter and sidewalk improvements. Estimated project cost 8.4 plus million. The funds being requested are a little more than 6 million. The next project is a request from UTA. This is for the Ogden-Layton urban area. This is for a new radio system for operations. This will be for all the transit service area. The total estimated project cost is just under 30 million. The funds being requested are 4 million. That's all the projects on the STP program, or that were requested in the STP. Any questions? Great. Well, then we'll move into the CMAQ here. I can jockey this around. Anyone have a dance or a song they can sing while I'm making this transition here? Okay, well, to cut you short, if you were just gearing up to, we'll start with the CMAQ program here. Find my sharing button again. Okay, well, so that brings us to the table back again. We're gonna talk about the CMAQ program here. Project, and the buttons aren't working, so. Are your slides advancing?
No, it's stuck on the chart right now. There you go.
There we go, okay. So there were 6 CMAQ projects requesting more than $11 million, and we have about 4.3 available. First project to look at is the Clinton City project. This is a request for additional funding on a PED underpass or crossing on SR 108 at 2050 North. This takes a trail network across a busy lane or across a busy road on SR 108, which is soon to be widened. Project estimated cost is 5.7 plus million, and the funds being requested are $2 million. The next project is a request from EPA. This is for the Davis Salt Lake Connector construction of this facility, a BRT facility between Salt Lake City and Davis County up through Farmington. About 26 miles in length. Total estimated cost is 75 million. The funds being requested are 5 million. Now you saw this in the STP, and you'll see this again in the CMAQ. It's not a separate request for 5 million per program, but the 5 million is what UTA is seeking for this project. The next project is in Far West. This is on the roundabout there at 12th West and Harrisville Road. This will construct a roundabout at this at-grade intersection, 4-way stop. Project estimated cost 1.6 plus million. Funds being requested is 1.5 plus million. Next project is an expansion of the bike share program in Ogden City. As you're aware, as the Green Bike has started up, the popularity and improvements as this begins to grow and develop throughout the area. This expansion request is estimated to cost $632,000, and they're requesting a fund amount of $589,000. Next project is the roundabout in Roy on 6,000 South and 3,100 West. This is requesting the additional funds for the improvements to this at-grade intersection to a roundabout facility. Next project is also an intersection improvement in Roy at 4,300 West and 6,000 South to take an at-grade intersection and construct a roundabout. Estimated project cost is 1.9 plus million. Funds being requested are 1.8 plus million. And that's all the CMAQ projects. Any questions? Okay. We will move on to the TAP program. Did show the same table, only with the tap highlighted. Is that what you're seeing?
Yes.
Okay. First project we have here is a request from Centerville City. This is on Porter Lane or 400 South. This is a multi-use trail. It's a new trail between 400 West and Main Street, a little more than a third of a mile in length. It's to cover an open ditch and construct the trail on top. Project estimated cost is $357,000 plus. Funds being requested are $178,000 plus. Next project is a project in Layton City. This is the Lays Creek Trail. This is also a new trail between Main Street and Hawthorne Drive, little more than a half mile in length. This project is estimated to cost 1.4 plus million, and the funds being requested are $1 million. The next project was a request from Layton City. This one was withdrawn with the board action. It was taken by TransCom or by you last meeting for additional funding for this Safe Routes to School improvement. The next request is a request from North Salt Lake. This is the Center Street sidewalk ped bike facility there between Orchard Drive to 340 East. Just under 2/10 of a mile. Currently, right now, school children are required to walk in the road with the steep grade or cross at multiple crosswalks with a vertical, sorry, just lost my train of talking here. But there is some vertical challenges on this facility. It goes between Orchard Drive and 340 East. Project estimated cost is $676,000. Funds being requested are $566,000. The next project is a request in Far West City. This is on 2575 West. This is a sidewalk and bike lane ped facility, improvements to both sides. Sidewalk on one and a swell bike lane on another, with between 3300 north and 2975 north, a little more than a half mile in length. Project estimated cost is 1.5 plus million. Funds being requested are 1.4 plus million. Next project is in Hooper. This is for the Hooper Slough Trail. This is a connection here between there's two segments of this trail to reconstruct or to construct 1.1 plus miles in length. Project estimated cost is 1.1 plus million. The funds being requested are 960,000 plus. Next project is in North Ogden. This is to address several canal trail crossings on various locations or various roads, which are well traveled and very busy at times. The total length of this project is 1.5 miles. Project estimated cost is $800,000. The funds being requested is $720,000. Next project is in Roy City. This is on 3100 West. This is the Safe Routes to School project between 4800 South and 6000 South, little more than 2 miles in length. To construct sidewalk where it is missing. Project estimated cost is 1.6 plus million. Funds being requested are 1.2 plus million. That's all the projects in the TAP program. Any questions?
Ben, did you see the question in the chat?
I did not.
Matt Gray asked if the Case Creek Trail project involved the bike ped bridge over Front Runner Station.
That's included in another project that was funded last year with WFRC Davis County. Did that help? Did that answer?
Yep. Nice job, Ben.
Thank you.
Thank you. I can't see anything, so I'm wondering if I was the only one on this. I wouldn't blame you.
Brooke and Daniel are paying attention very well. They've got their cameras on, so I know
That's
they're
right.
awake.
That's right, Ben.
Thank you.
We're watching you.
All right, y'all get a treat next meeting. Okay, so just a recap on so there were 51 projects. 6 of those projects that were asked are requesting carbon reduction program funds. The $1.8 million are available, and there was more than 11 million asked. Right there, a little slow in our reaction, but get ready. This is gonna be a good one. So the first project we have a request here is a request from UTA. This is for the Davis Salt Lake connector. This is for construction of this facility between Davis County and Salt Lake City, 26 miles in length. Total estimated project cost is $75 million. Funds being requested is $5 million. The next project is in Layton. This is the West Hillfield Road widening project for pedestrian improvements between 2700 West and 3200 West, 1 mile in length. Project estimated cost a little more than $5 million. Funds being requested is 1.7+ million. Next project is intersection project in Far West at 1200 West and Harrisville Road. This is to take an at-grade all-way stop or four-way stop and construct a roundabout. This project estimated to cost 1.6+ million. The funds being requested are 1.5+ million. The next project is from Ogden City. This is to expand the bike share program to various areas throughout the Ogden Central Business District. Estimated project cost is $632,000. Funds being requested is $589+ thousand. Next project is the intersection project in Roy at 6000 South and 3100 West. This is taking an at-grade intersection and construct a roundabout. Estimated project cost is 1.7+ million. Funds being requested is $901,000+. Next project is also in Roy. This is an intersection project on 4300 West, 6000 South to construct a roundabout intersection. Estimated project cost is 1.9+ million. The funds being requested is 1.8+ million. And that is the last project on the CRP program. So those are all the projects that we have to review for us this year. You can see that there is a significant amount of needs, a lot of great projects, but not a lot of money. And so we have our work cut out for us. Are there any questions on any of the projects or the program? Madam Chair, I turn it back to you.
Thanks, Ben. That was a fantastic summary. Well done. Some of you may have been online when we mentioned that I had an opportunity to participate in the field reviews this year, and Ben did an amazing job presenting that in under 30 minutes, but it's a lot of work. And, you know, we went out for 2 days, and I just want to echo Ben's comments just to thank you to the team that went out on the field reviews, as well as all of the project sponsors that showed up and presented those projects in detail. There is a lot of need. A lot of projects, a lot of great projects out there. So we appreciate you all taking the time to join the meeting today and listen to those presentations. So moving into item 3, what we'd like to do is encourage you all to come to the March meeting in person if possible. That's a critical meeting for this group. That's when the staff recommendations will be presented to you all for consideration in order for us to develop that recommendation and approve a recommendation that will go on to TransCom. So like Ben and Rosie mentioned earlier, all of the project information will be put online. So we'd encourage you to go and take some time to review those projects in detail. We'd like to have a good discussion when that staff recommendation is presented at the March meeting and develop a really good recommendation that we can take forward to TransCom. We also wanted to just make a couple notes on some changes that have been made to the March agenda. We do have Weber and Davis County down to present on their third quarter programs and any potential funding opportunities that are coming up. And so WFRC has offered to provide refreshments for the March meeting. So then that would move Perry City's presentation and their refreshments to the May meeting. And with that, if there's any questions, please feel free to let me know if that doesn't work for you. Or if there's any other business that you'd like to discuss.
Brooke, this is Kip.
Hi, Kip.
Hi, I just wanted to mention, with that schedule details you laid out, I have some follow-up communications with several of the CMAQ projects that were submitted. And just to clarify some of the details in those project submittals, and just ask that people will respond quickly so we can process the analysis on the time frame that you outlined. So watch for those follow-up emails in the next week, and appreciate everyone's help with responding to those.
Thank you, Kip. All right, is that everything you had, Ben? Was there anything else or any other business you'd like to discuss?
No, thank you. Well done.
Okay, again, that next meeting is March 27th. We have Weber and Davis down to present WFRC with refreshments, and we'll be meeting at West Point City in person if possible. And want to thank Boyd again for continuing to host us there. We really appreciate that. And with that, if there isn't any other business, we'll take a motion to adjourn.
I'll motion.
Thanks, Daniel and Alma. Okay, we'll see you in March. Thanks, everyone.
Thank
Have a
you.
good day.
Thank you, Madam Chair.